still on the surface of what's, you know, like even like say the sun yesterday, like the amount of like say, you know, you could still see that the regeneration of the buildings is one thing, but the regeneration of people like is another thing.
Say when my kids was growing up, like there's an awful lot of drugs and things going around, rob cars, everything. So
when the series was coming to the footpaths.
I lived in E block. It was known as the choir block, but my block was certainly no choir block. There used to be like junkies on the stairs. Like I swear to God, like they used to be banging up on the stairs. Sure, there's a woman who lived right at the stairs. She tried to kick them off and she got stabbed with a syringe.
The regeneration started really about 12 years ago, 14 years ago.
People said, no, things will never change here. But it was just a relief of going out and telling the people, yeah, this is going to happen. That was a big weight off your shoulders, I think, as well, you know what I mean? The residents, especially on the regeneration board.
I was very sad when the blocks were getting knocked down, I have to say. That was very sad.
A few people were sceptical, a few people. You know what you do, nothing's going to be 100% perfect. It's not where you live, it's how you live. And when you have that community spirit, I think that's the strength of everything.
I think the festivals every year kind of helped because you marked every stage every year and that brought people together. That was one of the main things that brought everybody out and we just kept going then because
that's true.
Everybody was involved. Like,
they were like rituals of marking certain parts of the journey, weren't they?
Yeah.
That's true.
So you just kept going forward then. Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, it was great having a fitted kitchen and so many presses. I think we had 2 presses in our little kitchen in the flats. And
then we didn't realise then the isolation. The people like in the apartments felt isolated then as well when they moved in, even though they had a beautiful apartment. And so then we had to get back and do something to get again about, you know, try getting involved. You know. Even my own young fella, and I was just saying it the other day, it was nearly 2 years before he even could get a good night's sleep in the house. He just couldn't get used to the house because he was so used to flats.
Well, people learn from people, don't they?
The first time I ever saw men doing anything was during the World Cup. But now, you see them all around the place. That is a huge shift in us, you know.
I was actually very nervous during that, was, yeah. My spelling and writing and all was deplorable. It was like, I left school when I was 13, you know what I mean? And you want to see me writing and all, how much it's improved, you know. With the group and all, and then with the education and all, it kind of gives you confidence, a good boost and stuff like that, you know.
But that centre, that keeps half the people going that don't do as well, do you know what I mean?
I suppose I'm in the homework club now going on 4 years. So what we try to do is assess where each child, young person is, and then we divide them up then in terms of, you know, if they need one-to-one assistance, if they can work in a small group, or if they can work quite independent. It is such a lovely atmosphere here.
You come in and you sit down and the leaders help you with your homework. And then you go down to the kitchen afterwards and they give you something to eat and everything.
Then there's the cafe, there's the creche, there's the lingerie. There's new units now going to be open again. I think that's a butcher's, isn't it? And all the commercial people are coming in. They're things that we didn't have really before that we're having now.
Plus the president came here. Was it president or queen? Princess? Queen, if I can't remember, Finland or something, was it?
Queen
Jordan. She was very privileged to meet us people here in Fatima.
The idea that we might have a generation of really culturally literate, independent thinking young people, I mean, is a very powerful thing, do you know that way? I mean, you were at the gig last night, right? So you heard the compare and that simple sense of validating and talking to families and talking to parents and seeing that virtually every, you know, I mean, anyone that had a child performing in and around that place from the extent they were there, do you know that way? And that was like a 2-hour gig played without an interval. So you're beginning to see the benefits of staying the course. Do you know that way?
Like, you used to look out and rob cars and there was fights, you know. Fatima had a reputation, you know. People used to fear it.
That's great. Probably lost about. I've particularly the Pilates class and the yoga class with generation is going to medical condition. I'm really sorry, I'm so they come over here for lunchtime, spend an hour doing yoga practice. It's fantastic for me.
It's not about the building, it's not about the lovely furniture, which is great for the children to have, but that's not the happiest. Okay, it's great to have, but the happiest memories for me is when you actually see children, you know, they start with you now at 1, but it used to be 2, and then they leave you at 5, and they're competent little kids going off to national school.
The CE scheme, it's like for long-term unemployed, to get them back into training and education.
Well, you see, you'd go to like meetings with Joni and something. They'd say, where do you see yourself? Like, you finish here in 3 years. Like, what do you want to do? And then when I found out, like, I didn't know any of this. I went for an interview for a makeup course in the Irish Academy of Beauty, and it was stupid money. And when I came back and put it to them, they had a meeting and I got it. If it wasn't for these, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. Fair play to them. Like, I actually miss being down here now. A lot. Whatever you want, they'll help you get, and if not, then they'll try and point you in the right directions how to get it. Just brilliant.
So when we think about health, we think about health, and health, part of being well in yourself is about feeling part of something, participating in stuff. So you'd have a look at the education programs, the community employment projects, the arts projects. There's stuff of being going out on the streets to register your dissatisfaction of what's going on at government level, are all good indicators of people feeling healthy and well.
I'd hope to be here now for the rest of my life, you know.
You know, there's always loads happening for the kids and the festival. There's always something exciting happening in that. Whether you want to get involved or not.
As I kind of feel, if you let it slip, it's gone, do you know that way?
Like, it's how you keep it, it's not only getting it, like.
I think for me last year was the lowest of a lot of them now, when after all, like, we're in the houses nearly 5 years, and it was the worst summer we had here, would have had here since we moved into our houses. Now the drugs creeping back in, and you're always nervous. And I remember ringing Joe that night and saying, I'm just sick of it, Joe, I'm not putting up with it anymore. And you kind of want to give up, and then you think about it, and I'm coming in, and the next morning I'm saying to Joe, well, actually the more I thought, I said, not giving up. Like, they're not taking over the community. We let that happen years ago. Just thinking of the kids coming up now. People need to be strong.
To make a big difference, I think, to people's lives and give them opportunities, especially people that are long-term out of work and want to get back in. Or even if it's just for education, just to learn even literacy skills, makes a big difference in someone's life.
I'm a lone parent as well. I raised my daughter, like, and I mean, before I started here, like, I raised my daughter now on my own, like, about 5 years. I mean, I couldn't help over her homework, you know. And now I can help over her homework and stuff like that, you know. So that's what I'm getting out of it.
I think for me more now is looking at the young people, that they'd have a future and they'll have choices, and hopefully some way we can lay that path for them.
Because the rest of us will manage, you know, even some of the older mothers will also manage. But the concern is the younger ones coming up.
Like, it means like everything really, because we do come in here and we play football in the hall every day, and then I come in and play guitars and everything. Like, if I hadn't got this centre, I wouldn't be doing any of that. So it's good to be here. Like, we had bought the cabinets down the road just a few years ago, and then we built this, and then like they decided to build a pitch and everything. It was good. It's good around here.